5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. The jurisprudence of the bail positively lays down that a liberty of a person should not ordinarily be interfered with unless there exist cogent grounds. Despite the twin conditions, it is not necessary that at the stage of bail the court has to come to the conclusion that the applicant is not guilty for such an offence. The court is at the stage of having to examine the case on the scale of broad probabilities. The court at this stage is required to record an objective finding on the basis of material available on record and no other purpose. It is an admitted case that the applicant was not an accused in the predicate offence. The applicant's name also did not appear in the first complaint filed by the ED. The name or role of the accused was not mentioned. It may again be reiterated, even at the cost of the brevity, that the twin conditions provided under the Act restrict the right of accused to grant of bail, but cannot be said that the conditions provided under section impose absolute restraint on the grant of bail. Stop. It is a settled proposition that the discretion vested in the court has to be exercised in accordance with the law and has to be guided by the principles of law. Stanza. In the present case, the applicant is stated to be a renowned developer, and his plea that he did not know that he is dealing with the tainted money cannot be brushed aside. If the liberty of an individual is concerned, the court cannot proceed merely on the basis of assumptions and presumptions. The value of the statement recorded under section has to be tested at the end of the trial and not at the stage of bail. The twin conditions do not put an absolute restraint on the grant of bail or require a positive finding qua guilt. Stanza. Thus, it is clear that the object of the bail is to secure the attendance of the accused at the trial. The accused person who enjoys freedom is in a much better position to look after his case and to properly defend himself in the trial than if he is in custody. In other words, as the apex court holds, a presumed innocent person must have his freedom in the form of bail to enable him to establish his innocence at the trial. Stanza. Section 438 CRPC contemplates an application to be made by a person apprehending arrest of an accusation of having committed a non-bailable offence. It is indicative of the fact that the application for anticipatory bail is turned on an apprehension of arrest, which invites exercise of power under the section. The expression reason not to believe or reasonable apprehension of arrest, a term substitute for each other, is the governing factor to let off a person on anticipatory bail where submission of charge sheet is an idle parade. It is settled law now that the submission of the charge sheet is not a lock gate for the applicant to be enlarged on anticipatory bail, but it ensures generation of apprehension of arrest, reason to believe or apprehension of arrest for having committed a non-bailable offence does not grant any license to any wrongdoer to be enlarged on anticipatory bail. Section 438 provides that when any person has reason to believe that he may be arrested, he may approach the High Court or Sessions Court. It does not refer to a particular time or stage to have such an apprehension of arrest. However, the words and the language under the section are so clear so as to lead to the conclusion that whenever any person apprehends that he may be arrested for a non-bailable offence, he may seek anticipatory bail irrespective of the stanza. The grounds on which apprehension of arrest is based must be capable of being examined by the court objectively. Then alone the court can determine whether the applicant has reason to believe that he would be arrested. Therefore, Section 438 CRPC cannot be invoked unless there is some material on the basis of which the court can come to the conclusion that the apprehension of the petitioner for the arrest is genuine. Stanza. In the above case, the Honorable Supreme Court went to the extent of observing that in some circumstances, even without registration of the FIR, the court can grant the relief of anticipatory bail if the reasonable belief of the apprehension is established before the court by giving the details of the events and facts over.